Yeah. Soulful, inspiration, soulful, inspiration, a little education, soulful, inspiration, soulful, inspiration, a little education. You love, learn something, yeah. Uninspired and tired is a bad combination, and I'm sad to say that's a dark situation, but I'm thinking of you, so I'm glad to say I wrote a letter on behalf of how I feel today. 7 a.m. in the morning, ain't been to sleep. It's been a night type long and a rough type week. I'm meditating my life on the whole, pondering the where, when, how, ifs I can gain control. It's like a spin of the wheel or a roll of the die. They say that you can be a winner at the game of life, but I know the house don't play to lose, so you better know the math, how to make the move.
Okay, so Sarah, I'm dropping you off at Emily's?
Yep.
And Josh, you're going to?
Soccer, Dad. Soccer practice.
Right. Oh, by the way.
Soulful, inspiration, soulful, inspiration, a little education, soulful, inspiration, soulful, inspiration, a little education. You love, learn something, yeah. Uninspired and tired is a bad combination, and I'm sad to say that's a dark situation, but I'm thinking of you, so I'm glad to say I wrote a letter on behalf of how I feel today. 7 a.m. in the morning, ain't been to sleep. It's been a night type long and a rough type week. I'm meditating my life on the whole, pondering the where, when, how, ifs I can gain control. It's like a spin of the wheel or a roll of the die. They say that you can be a winner at the game of life, but I know the house don't play to lose, so you better know the math, how to make the move. See, I'm a student of the study, how to proper pursue a blunt portion of the profits produced, paying my dues, so I follow the lolly and avoid the fools. But this is trial by fire, so you must stay cool. One rule, envy is a powerful tool. Spine all times, everything you do. That way, when the idiot's ear get act cool, you can crack those crabs and continue to move. You know, 7 a.m. in the morning, I'm open up. Long night, ain't been to sleep. I grab my pencil and pad, I'm open. I hope you feel me. Remember back to the slenderest times when we pitched for the pretty penny nickel a dime. Before the world seemed crooked and the gutter was fine. When it was good hood living and a peace of mind. Now that's over. Life will make a grown man sober, head aching, hanging over, feeling funny inside. We never knew the world worked on a bogus design to keep a brother buried deep, broken down and blind. Better still, man, it's ill when you look to find there's a chance to advance, most heads deny. Like a dream and a slice of the proverbial pie. We will remain to reside in the ghetto of pride. Ignorance is pure bliss and these days provide plenty of it to keep a poor man pacified. I try to put him on the business of knowledge applied, but that's a pickle of a deal that's sour inside. But 7 a.m. in the morning, I'm open up. Long night, ain't been to sleep. I grab my pencil and pad, I'm open. I hope you feeling me, man. So many guys that I grew with died, resorted to doing crime and turned doing the time. I can hardly better speak to childhood friends and find every exchange features a fella falling the wayside. That's ill. But then it
was the voice of a courageous explorer, a man dedicated to the pursuit of man's knowledge and the expansion of his horizons.
Good morning. Here is Nathan Ivey.
Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. It's the Memorial Day show. Welcome back. We made it. Another weekend in the books. How was your weekend? Was it productive? Did you get a chance to unwind, my friends? Good morning. Welcome back. Today is Monday, May 30th, 2016. You've made your way back to the last honest place in America. This is the Nathan Ivey Show. The king of straight talk, undisputed, undoubted. And if anybody got a problem with it, tell them come see me. 7 a.m., Monday through Friday. We broadcast live from the city of Cincinnati. Yeah, that's the same city that has made international headlines over the weekend. We've got to talk about it. But before we get too deep into the show, I gotta say what's up to the folks that hold me down. Hey, good morning, Tracy. How you doing? What's up, Kina? Good morning, Ed. Good to see you. Good to see you, Casey. And I'm not sure what people's patterns are. I mean, have your patterns changed during the now holiday? Are you off work today? Do you find as that even when you have a day off, that you find yourself waking up like you've got this internal clock? Like you wake up at the same time no matter what? I'm like that. I'm up at the same time whether it's a holiday or not. Many of you, and hey, listen, I'm not sure, we'll look at the numbers after the show. But it will be interesting to see how that flows with the listeners of the Nathan Ivey Show. But good morning to everyone. Good morning, Kelly. She writes, good morning, Nathan, cooking and listening. Glad to have you. Good morning, Pat. Good to see everyone. This is a big week. Wednesday, I'm going to be moderating an event at Elements. They are going to screen a movie that is titled 3.5 Minutes, 10 Bullets. It's a documentary about the tragic end of the life of Jordan Davis. And then we're going to have a little panel discussion. We'll see how it goes. Hey, moderating is coming to me. Great. I'll say yes to it. It could be a lot of fun. I love a great, robust debate or dialogue. And then later, I believe on the 11th, Pitching for Peace. You know, we hear the Nathan Ivey Show and the good folks at Superlative Media. They support the community here in the city of Cincinnati. You know that. And will it stop the violence? No, it will not. Will it be maybe yet another drop on the bucket of like positivity like in that file? Yes. More grams, more gigs in that file. We need it. Every little bit helps. Good morning to you. Welcome back. Today is Memorial Day. Memorial Day. What the hell does that mean exactly? Well, if you don't know, Memorial Day is a federal holiday in the United States. And it's a day in which those folks who died while serving in the country's armed forces are recognized. They're remembered and recognized. And the holiday, of course, is observed every year on the last Monday of May. This is the last Monday of May. It originated as Decoration Day after the American Civil War in 1868. Very interesting. So now we're going to play the veteran game. We care about the fallen soldier, and I do. Like, I sincerely do. And the way that has manifested in terms of radio over the years is I'm not a warmonger. The Iraq War was a travesty. It was a crime. And the fact that no one was held criminally responsible shows me exactly how much we collectively care about those who die while serving in the country's armed forces. Like if you got a family member that died in Iraq, you should be upset. You should be upset. And don't you ever forget it. But many people are upset at the wrong folks. They're upset with the Iraqis, the Ba'ath Party, Al-Qaeda. No! You should be upset with the politicians that made the decision to put them in that position in the first place. Let me remind you that Saddam Hussein, Iraq, the people of Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11. Nothing. In fact, there's more evidence than one of our friends, right? Saudi Arabia had some dealings with it than there is Iraq. That's why they had to make all this stuff with the smoke in the mirrors and Colin Powell proving that he is a dark prince of the Illuminati. I'm spitballing here. And he took one for the Bush administration. They were talking about uranium tubes. I mean, and while that sounds like nonsense to intelligent people like you and me, I am telling you, there are folks out there that believe it. They believe that nonsense. They really do. I believe, I'm going to be straight with you, then I want to talk about what happened to Harambe. What's left after Harambe has died? But first, listen, if we really care about our soldiers, let's stop putting them in harm's way so rich people can get richer. Or to satisfy some political theory offered up by an individual who's never really put it on the line. Let's stop doing that. That to me would be a true recognition that we respect those folks because of their sacrifice and their potential sacrifice who serve in the armed forces. I got a niece who's in the armed forces right now. They're helping her get through college. She could be deployed. She could. And my only thing is that if she has to be deployed, it's a righteous endeavor. Because you never know these days. It happens. It happens. Have you seen the video of the gorilla? I believe this is an endangered species. And that's very ironic. How is it that you have an endangered species and he ends up being killed by the very same people who are supposed to be protecting him? And it really should, and it won't happen here. It won't happen here. And again, listen, I'm down for some Cincinnati Zoo support. Okay, I really am. But I have to talk about things in a way that's real and authentic. Okay? And currently, the Cincinnati Zoo is not one of my clients. So, hey, we'll see how things move in the future. But this should, in terms of what happened with this gorilla, who was named Harambe, which is, how do you take a gorilla and give them this name Harambe, right? And you put him in a cage and just try to monetize his captivity. Because that's all they're really doing. I mean, let's be real here. Can you handle that conversation? Is this too big of a conversation on Memorial Day? Secondly, where in the hell are the parents of this? Okay, if you don't know what happened, and the video is on my Facebook page right now. However, from just monitoring media this morning, all you got to do is turn on the news. It's on the front page of all of the major news organizations around the world. Around the world, y'all. Around the world. They're talking about Cincinnati, front and center. And so many images. A 4-year-old boy, he's at the zoo with his mom, and somehow he climbs through the barriers, which, again, you got to question just how secure are your barriers when a 4-year-old can just crawl and jump around them. No child should have that kind of access. And when you're dealing with high volumes of children who are around those ages, 4 years old, why do we take young children, I guess to get them used to animals, to the zoo anyway? Do they just have a natural curiosity? Or is there something else going on? You tell me. Currently 7:19 a.m. in the Queen City. Nathan Ivey with you. And so this 4-year-old boy falls into the gorilla pen. I'm not sure what they call that, exhibit, cell, however you want to look at it. And number one, it's interesting that he survived the fall. That's number one. Really, that's number two. Number one is, what the hell is up with this little boy? Is he a superhero in the making? He's got an incredible will. This little boy said, I want to get up close and touch the gorilla, and did it. So props for having some stones, son. I appreciate it. In a world where men are just not what they used to be, it's good to see some backbone out there. There's some initiative in that kid, some drive. Don't put out that flame, mom and dad. Don't put out that flame. You just got to redivert that energy. At 4 years old, he's willing to jump into the gorilla pen. Or maybe he fell in because he got too close to the edge. But anyway, doesn't it make you wonder, what's the first questions that come to mind? Like, did they really have to kill the gorilla? Have you been monitoring this? I know you've been watching this story. Here we go again, front and center. Ed writes, not off today, Nathan. We deliver every day except on Christmas. Tracy writes, dang, Ed. Morning, Brian. Good to see you. What's up, Brittany? Good to see you, Brittany.